Join in on uplifting stories, inspiring conversations, and great things happening here in our community. I'm Jordan, father of two, husband of one, and I was born and raised right here in Northern Indiana. Join me with my over-the-top curiosity as I discover what makes our local community great. Now it's time for some good news, Michiana.
What's going on, everybody? It's January 1st, the first day of the year, and thanks for tuning in to today's episode. First things first, today, South Bend Mayor James Mueller and other elected officials are sworn in today at the Century Center in downtown South Bend. James Mueller is now in his second term for the city of South Bend and had a chance to share a public address after being sworn in. James Mueller shares how working together within the city will make the community stronger, and he also shared his passion and optimism for the city during the next few years under his leadership. He shared a bold, deliberate public action will be necessary to get us where we need to go, the kind of action that's already underway with historic investments across our city. We are stronger together, and only together we will rise. On a similar note, the city of Goshen, they also did swear in Mayor Gina Lichty officially as she began her duties as an elected official. She was selected earlier this year through caucusing, and she served as the interim mayor, and now she is officially the elected one. Mayor Gina Lichty is the first elected female mayor in Goshen. Before adjourning, Lichty, who was the first female mayor of the city, expressed her gratitude to those who had taken part and assisted with her campaign this season. Now we go over to our first Facebook reference post. Charlie Adams recently shared this insightful story within a Facebook post, citing the origin story of the new movie, The Boys in the Boat, which you can see in theaters now. The post from Charlie shares a story that he was shared with him from David Hoffert from Warsaw Community Schools. Charlie shares, which is David saying this, The Boys in the Boat is an incredible and heartwarming story of teamwork in the 1936 Berlin Olympics. Ryan and I had the chance to see the movie version yesterday with a special knowledge of Joe Rance. In fact, most likely the book or movie would have never been made without my history students in 2006. As a teacher, I love to introduce my students to people who lived the history and could share from their experiences. That included hundreds of the greatest generation of the Great Depression. Many of my summers as a history teacher were spent traveling the country, doing historical interviews, and through some research grants. In 2006, my students were studying Jesse Owens in the Berlin Olympics. They asked if there was anyone still alive that could tell them about being at the Olympics. We did a quick internet search, which was revolutionary at the time, and came across a little-known participant, Joe Rance. He was in Washington State and won a gold medal as a part of the 8-man rowing crew team. We put together a letter and sent it away. A few weeks later, we received an incredible letter packet from Joe and his daughter, Judy. Joe was in hospice care, and his daughter used this request, an opportunity from students to collect of his thoughts and experiences before it was too late. My students and I felt privileged to learn from the experiences. Joe passed away later in 2007. Fast forward to 2013. I received an email from Judy sharing that the letter and packet they compiled for the U.S. history students at Warsaw High School became the foundation for a book, The Boys in the Boat. And that was released about Joe's story. A neighbor who was also an author read through the copy of the information sent and began a quest to write a biographical novel about Joe and his experiences. And over the past 10 years, the book has become one of the top-selling books and a staple on the New York Times bestseller list. A highlight was sharing with Joe's daughter that the initial letter had gone full circle as The Boys in the Boat became a class read in our middle schools. It was so much fun watching the movie, knowing Joe Rance's story might have been lost to history without some students in Warsaw Community Schools. By the way, in case you have not read the book or watched the movie, do, as you will be inspired and reminded why teamwork makes the dream work. David Hoffert, Warsaw Community Schools Superintendent. It's cool and exciting to hear stories like that. So Charlie, thanks so much for sharing that on Facebook. And thanks for getting into the details of why stories like this are important. It's not about the fame. It's not about the publicity. It's about the fact that people came together and overcame obstacles on the same team. So everybody, thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Same time, same place tomorrow. We'll see you.